So we only have a few minutes left. I thought maybe in the last few minutes, really what I want to focus on is, let's say I'm a leader at an organization and I'm starting to think about hybrid work. Any advice or suggestions on how to properly approach this? Where to begin creating a strategy? Like how do you make hybrid work a reality at your company if you want to do that?
Well, I think, look, first of all, there's a lot of materials out there, available. As I said earlier, Ernst & Young have got documents, so talk to your accountant and see, have you got any research? And you can find a lot of research on the internet. So that's number one. I think one of the first things after that is talk to your people. And that's what a lot of companies have done. Many of the companies that have come to us, they surveyed their people first and said, how do you feel about working from home some of the time, a local office, do you want that? And do you all want to come back to the office? And that's also, and then, basically you can develop the strategy from that. Clearly we can help, we give free advice. You don't have to use us. And there's other firms out there that can help as well. It just depends on the size of your company. But if you're a small or you're a startup or you're a small or medium-sized company, it's a pretty straightforward thing to do. You're just not doing fixed costs and you're making more of the cost variable. It's as simple as that. And in the end, it should be what your people want.
Yeah. I like actually that you mentioned bringing your people into the conversation, because you're creating things with your people, not for them.
Absolutely.
And I think oftentimes a lot of people
they
forget
feel
that.
part of the program, and this is a very inclusive thing. And I think if you'd have told people 2 years ago, hey, we're taking away your offices, you've all got to work from home, then you'd lose everyone. But if you do it today, if you don't do it today, equally you could lose a lot of your best people.
All right, very last question for you. Let's say I'm not a leader at a company. I'm not in HR, I'm not in any kind of decision-making capacity, and I want to start introducing this concept of hybrid work and flexible work to my team. Are you seeing employees bring up these conversations with their leaders, with their HR teams, and any advice on how to do that?
You'd be amazed here. That's where it's coming from. Because what's happening is workers, team members are talking to their boss and saying, what's going to happen? We don't have to all come back to the office. Am I going to have to do that 2-hour commute every day? Because actually, you know what? My family life, not for everyone, by the way, but for a lot of people, their family life has been transformed. They're seeing their kids. Yeah. They're going to the school play. They never could do that before because they didn't get home until the kids were going to bed. It's transformational, and people are actually concerned that things go back to, I've got to come back to the office. So that's a lot of where it's coming from. So clearly people need to have that conversation, and you need to make sure that conversation's going up so is my company going to embrace something like this in the future? You've got to get it on the agenda.